Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another pre-dinner drinks here on a Friday night with Kelly and myself. But before that, we've got one last piece of archive footage. I promise it's the last one this week for sure, of me dancing back in 1994, a little Latin American cabaret that I did with my partner at the time in Birmingham at her dance school. So enjoy, and we'll talk about it, shall we, in the pre-dinner drinks shortly. Have a little look.
Right, we are going to Latin American dances for you tonight, and we're going to start off with the cha-cha.
This is more in the mood for the street. Make a natter though, it's not nice. Quite nice, that first side. That's good.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, 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 and welcome to another pre-dinner drinks here on Friday, the 3rd of July. It's the summer, apparently, and it's miserable, isn't it? It's quite cold as well. Not only is it miserable, it's cold. Wearing a t-shirt, I might have to put a top on. I have to keep warm. But how are we doing this evening? Ready for some idle banter and chit-chat? With a little bit of drinky poos as well. My drinks haven't quite arrived yet. I put my order in, but they haven't quite come in just yet. So, what have you been up to today? What have you been up to? I haven't been up to very much. Really. It's been a bit of a slow news day today. Difficult to get motivated day today. Done a little bit of bits and bobs. Two things. I've got my little post-it note here on my monitor, and I've got 2 things crossed off. So out of 8, I've got 2 things crossed off. Oh no, 3 things. There we are. I've just realised that something else I've done. I've done that as well. There we go. Yeah, it's not bad. So that's all right. Nearly halfway. Halfway there almost. So what are we going to talk about this evening? I didn't do any preparation for tonight actually. I should have done, really, shouldn't I? I should have discussed put up a little topic of debate what we're going to talk about. Well, here we go. Those of you that are here and those of you that are paying attention, maybe we can talk about whether or not you're going to go to the pub this weekend. There you go. Or if you're going to go to a restaurant next week. And the questions just are flooding in, and the answers are flooding in. All none of them. So we've got 4 of you watching on YouTube. There's 5 people watching on Facebook. Well, that's okay, isn't it? But no one's actually asking any questions or answering anything that I've said, which is a bit of a shame. But I'm happy to sit here. I can sit here and chat away to myself. There's no problem at all. No to both. Diane House says no to both. Not going to the pub, not going out to a restaurant. Well, you're just miserable then, aren't you? You can stay in and be miserable. Well, anyway, to be honest, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be going to any restaurants and you shouldn't be going to any pubs. So well done. I'm pleased to hear that, actually. Stay indoors, empty your cupboards, throw everything away, and get that. I'm sure there's some sort of special, if you look at some sort of specialist store, I'm sure there's something you can get to cover your mouth. I mean, it's 2-pronged attack. It services two problems, doesn't it? Well, I won't go there. That's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh. I'm sorry. I take it back, Diane. Most of it. So it's just me chatting to myself, is it? No one's really going to... Margaret said something. I finally found someone to get the lid off my paint tin so I could paint the shed. Good stuff, Margaret. What colour are you going to paint your shed? There's no way you'll be going to the pub. Okay, fair enough. Don't go to the pub then. Well, you've got to give your personal details as well if you go to the pub, haven't you? If you go to the pub, you've got to take your details, and probably inside leg measurement, favourite colour, all sorts of things you've got to tell them. Yes, Dinah was being rude, but you know me, that's just kind of normal, isn't it? I mean, would you expect anything less from me? Probably not. Probably not. Well, I'm just having a look here to see what's going on, but no one's anything. Ju said, how much fake tan did you use in your video? In that video, I was a junior, obviously. I was 15. Yeah, there was a bit of... I didn't use fake tan. I just had makeup on my face, but that's all. I don't think I had anything else. Maybe just a touch, not a lot. I didn't put fake tan. I didn't put proper fake tan on at all, ever. No. Well, that's not true. Sometimes it did, but that particular time, no. There was no fake tan on my body. It's just all bits of theatrical makeup and that sort of thing. She put on a lot because she was very pale. So that white dress of hers was literally covered in brown stains. Nasty. Good evening. We're down at Leon Solon eating fish and chips in the car. Luxury. Wonderful, Alan. That's wonderful. And I'm sure that car smells delightful. You would never get me eating fish and chips in my car. Never. Ever. Or any car that I own. Be awful. Can you imagine that? Oh, the smell of fish and chips in your car the day after. Oh, shocking. Shocking. Darren says, how much hairspray? Oh, hello, darling. Hello. Thank you very much. How much hairspray on me or on my partner? Well, on me, enough hairspray on me. But on Elizabeth's hair, not enough. Because if you noticed in the cha-cha, when she was doing those super fast spins, it flew out. So there wasn't enough hairspray or pins. Say good evening, Kelly.
Good evening, Kelly.
Yeah. See, look, it's July. Kelly's got a jumper on.
Yeah, I'm cold today. Really cold.
It is cold. It is cold out there.
Although I had hay fever this morning. I was itching and...
Darren says, hello, darling, to you too.
Hello.
With an O. Hello.
Hello.
E-L-L-O. Hello.
I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Margaret's going to paint her shed this weekend because someone has opened a tin of paint. Who came and opened your tin of paint, Margaret? Was it some sort of eligible man that happened to be popping by? And I'll open your tin of paint. Yeah, we know what that means,
Why
don't
did
we?
we paint it for her then?
Exactly.
Open the tin of paint we got.
I asked her what colour it was, and it said it was supposed to be Tudor oak, but it looks more like slate grey. That's quite a difference. Tudor oak to slate grey. Are you sure have you got your glasses on?
Has she started yet?
I don't know. No, she hasn't. She's only just opened. She's only just managed to open her paint can. Honestly, I think it's a euphemism for something.
Oh dear.
Should we have a look at what else anyone has said? They're all very quiet tonight, Kel.
Are they?
They're very
Subdued.
very quiet, very
Have
subdued.
you got a topic for tonight?
No, I didn't actually. But the first thing I started with
Disaster.
was who's going to be going to the pub this weekend or out to a restaurant. And Diane said no to both, and I said that's good because it's pretty much she should have nil by mouth.
What?
Nil by mouth. When you go into hospital and you have an operation, there's a sign up above your bed. It says nil by mouth. You're not supposed to eat.
Oh.
Because when you're operated on and all sorts of things, you could
They
have.
don't want anything in your belly, do they?
No, exactly. Yeah. Linda Bloomer is watching Portsmouth play. Are they playing right now? How much are they losing by? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Are they? I didn't know they were. It's the playoff semi-final tonight.
Oh, I've got a really itchy.
Oh, it's 1-1. So they went 1 up, and then they Oxford United equalised in the 43rd minute. Come on, Oxford! And they're into the second half. Bless.
Does Theo still play for Portsmouth?
No, Theo's on loan somewhere at the moment.
Oh. I think I heard a little voice downstairs.
Did you? Come on, anyone else got anything to ask? There's loads of questions you can ask us. We're an open book to you on these nights, and no one really asks us anything particularly important. Okay.
I think they're bored with us.
Sarah Forrester says, "Have you both got a hair appointment yet?" And Margaret Latter says, "I've done one coat."
Ah, good.
Good. One coat. Is it a one coat wonder?
Our hairdresser said yes, just to message him and he'll fit us in.
We'll be fine. We'll be sorted when we
We'll
need to be.
get something sorted.
Yes. Yes.
We've been going there a long time.
We've been going to him. Well, I can't remember. 10 years possibly now.
Yeah, at least that.
Yeah.
At least.
Darren Hampton says, "What did
Well,
your..."
we were going to him before we got married because he did my hair when we got married.
Okay. Well, it's 10 years then.
No, minimum. So at
Minimum.
least 12 years, I reckon.
12 years.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to remember who cut my hair before Mark.
I remember you used to go to
London Road. Not
is
London
it
Road.
East Street?
East Street.
Yeah, you used to go to a barber.
That's
there.
right, and they messed it up, didn't they? They had to
Yeah.
never again. That's right, yeah.
I think when I first came over, you used to just kind of go anywhere where you could fit one in. You just walk in and get a haircut. But
Yeah, true.
wasn't it? You said I just want a little bit, and she went like that.
Yeah, how's that?
How's
that's right.
that?
Yeah, that's right. I said I just want a little bit off the back, or a little bit off the top, or whatever it was. It was at the back, I think. A little bit off the back, and she went snip. How's that? Well, a bit late now. You've done it. You've done too much. Useless. She was an awful hairdresser. Awful hairdresser. I didn't have the... I can't believe I paid for it. Because it was awful. I should have just walked out there and said, nah, leave it. I'm going. Darren Hampton says, "What did your black t-shirt stand for last night?" Well, it stood for honesty. It stood for warmth
Which black t-shirt?
and security. It said Corte.
Oh, the
Darren, you should know that. It's a dance step.
These t-shirts that we wear sometimes are all like dance related.
They're on sale. You can purchase them from us. So this is CBMP, led by dizzyfeet.com. Contra, body, movement, position. But it's kind of The idea when I did this was that it was supposed to be in a little bit of a Soviet style, but the writing's just more like military, really, isn't it, than Soviet? So that was the idea.
Then we got the one that says Wapacha.
Wapacha! Which is and I designed that little logo and everything as well. So that's a rhythm in cha-cha and rumba. So timing and rhythm. Your hair looks nice, Kelly. I do a good Boris Johnson impression with mine at the moment.
Oh.
Well, that's nice. That's nice. I'm sure that you could get some work, couldn't you? You could go in as a body double. Stand in
James
from a distance.
Sometimes does that, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah. It's a little bit messy today. I haven't really done anything with it. And I didn't wash it today. And it needs washing most days.
To be honest, I don't often do very much with my hair at all.
Darren thought this one said crimp.
Crimp, yeah.
You need to look a little bit more carefully, Darren. CBMP.
It almost could be crimp, yeah.
Right, Peter Maisie. Here we go. Peter Maisie with his questions again, because obviously Peter comes up with interesting things. Often things that I can't answer. When you were choosing a new dance partner, what was the process you went through? What were you looking for in a new partner? Well, the first thing I was looking for was whether they're any good at dancing. That was the most important thing. And then you look at how tall they are. Literally that, how tall they are. Are they too tall? Are they too small? And that was it really when I was choosing a partner back as a junior. I've got another video that I could do, which was after the girl that I danced with tonight, Elizabeth. My mum videoed some trials, so I had a few girls come down to try out with, and she filmed them all. And that's quite interesting, the process, but it's a bit dull to watch through, I suppose. But I mean, I could show a little few clips or something. Yeah. But you can't really hear the audio to see what's going on. Basically, I just used to have a little. I'd have a lesson. I'd have an afternoon booked with my teacher, and the girls would just one after the other come in at a allotted time, and I'd have a dance with them and basically have like a lesson with them to see how I gelled with them really. So yeah, and that was it really. Back in those days. I mean, it's a little bit different these days. I don't think people necessarily have tryouts as such anymore. For the older people, not so much, because you kind of know how good people are, and it's a case of you're pretty good, I'm pretty good, we'd make a good team, let's do it. How much money you got? That sort of thing. Who you're sponsored by.
A lot of people do it online now, don't they?
Yeah.
So they look for partners online.
It's different when you're a kid, I
social
suppose.
media. Yeah, but in terms of tryouts, I guess they just go to practice together or something for a while and see if they think it'll work.
Yeah, it's grown up. That's what I did when I was older. Looking for partners, just meet up at practice. We just have a few practice sessions and see how good it was.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, but this one, I flew out to Australia just to have a practice. Yeah. And I thought, sorry, she'll do for now.
Well, I was told, well, we do know someone, but he lives in the UK and he won't move over here in Australia. I said, well, that's okay. I might move to the UK, but he can come over here first. That's what I said. And they said, fair enough. So they got him to come over for a couple of weeks. Yeah. And yeah, we just had a few lessons together and practiced together and stuff, didn't we?
We did. We've got a message on YouTube, but it's the same one that we got on Facebook from Alan, saying that it's blowing a hoolie.
Blowing a hoolie. What does blowing a hoolie mean?
Just very windy.
I've heard a few people say that, and I've never really heard that before.
It's windy. Much the same as you after a curry.
So rude.
I know, I'm so rude. So rude.
I don't really like you sometimes.
Should we tell them about the restructuring we're going to do slightly next week? I did allude to it this morning, or should we leave it?
No, leave it for now because we haven't really discussed it properly, have we?
Okay. Well, okay.
We might change a few things around.
You're still going to get the same level of entertainment, the same level of quality, of course, and the same amount of content. It just might be slightly different.
But just so that we can fit in a few other things, so that we can do some more filming and get some more things done. And Ella's off school now completely, and she's on summer holidays now as of today. So we want to be able to take her out and do some things with her whilst we can as well, because she's been in the house most of the time.
Yeah, she has.
I mean, we've been out a few times, but it's not the same, is it?
But if we can actually get out together as a family, it'd be nice. So
when the weather's nice.
When the weather's nice as well, yeah. So, but we still want to have a commitment to you guys that we have made whilst we're not able to get in the studio and do stuff. So that will still happen. It might happen in a slightly different way.
Yeah.
But don't worry, still be just as good, possibly even better, if that's even possible. Isn't it?
We just want to have a bit of time to record a few more things, don't we?
Yeah, we're going to
so
record some stuff on Monday.
Give you a bit more content and a few more instructional type videos and stuff like that. Yeah. And then
Diane House has got a question. Apart from each other, what was your longest dance partnership? So you only had like 3 partners, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't have very many. So
I had so many dance partners.
I had my first dance partner. We danced together for about a year, I think. So we were children. And then I danced with the studio owner's son after that, and we danced together from when I was about 11 till I was 18. Yeah, that's probably the longest. Then I moved away and I had a tryout with someone else. That only lasted a few months, so that went well.
Was Rhett.
Yeah, that went well, didn't it?
Yeah, nice. That was good.
Yeah. And then I got another partner for 2 years. Yeah.
Ben.
No, Leighton.
Oh, that's right, Leighton. Yeah, of course. Ben was first.
So we danced together for 2 years, and that was reasonably successful in Australia. That was quite good. But it kind of reached its peak, I suppose. And then I was off the floor for a couple of years, and then I met James. Well, I had another tryout. Well, I had a couple of other tryouts in different cities, Melbourne and Sydney and stuff like that. But they were just tryouts. So I just went there, we danced, had a few lessons and stuff like that, got some opinions from teachers and stuff. But that was around the same time that I met James as well. So I'd done sort of 3 or 4, I suppose, where I'd sort of went to find out what the best option was. And then I met him. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the apart from you, I've only ever had one other partner that was 7 years, so 8 years. Yeah.
Well, I've had no other partnership last longer than 2 years. So that was Elizabeth, the girl that I was dancing with in the video tonight. We got together 1992. Yeah. 1992, to 1994. 2 years. 2 years we danced together for. And did I dance with anyone else for that long? I don't think I did. No, don't think I did.
So different for boys than girls, I think. Or in our era.
Well, girls were throwaway. It's like new phones.
It's like James said, he'd be without a partner, so he'd have like, I don't know, however many girls to choose from.
Once we had 46 people apply. 46 girls applying.
Girls
to dance
just
with me.
don't get that. Girls are competing for the boy partner.
It was me, but it was because it was me.
I'm just saying.
I had 46 girls apply.
I'm just saying.
I didn't have a tryout with 46 of them because that was too many. I think we narrowed it down to 7. Yeah. I danced with a girl from Liverpool Southport for a while. That was a bit of a trek. Living in Southampton. Although
over here you have a lot more dancers than what we have in Australia. So it's not quite the same over there either. We just don't have the volume of dancers.
No,
so
you don't.
And over here it's much more international, so you don't always get English dancing with English, obviously. I was Australian. James also danced with a Russian. You know, so over here it's quite international, so really we've got a lot of choice.
Yeah. So Peter's come up with another question that really is quite simple, to be honest. He says, why do you end a partnership? Well, there's many different reasons, of course. Reasons.
I think when you're kids, for obvious reasons, when you're children, you have growth rates. Yeah. So boys and girls grow up differently, and quite often girls end up being too tall for certain boys and things like that because they suddenly shoot up, or vice versa. So for practicality reasons, those partnerships can't continue.
The girl that I was dancing with tonight, Elizabeth, we split because I turned 16, which means I went into adult, but she was still only 14. She wasn't quite 15. She was nearly 15. So she had a whole year in junior still. So she could dance with someone who was a bit younger and still have another year of junior, and which she did. And she won the international. Actually, she got another partner and won the international.
Yeah.
So we were we were top 4, but no, she won it. So
dancers are quite worried about prolonging their careers. So sometimes when they're children, they worry about moving up too quickly. But then on the other hand, you've got some people that are like 16 and turn pro. Yeah. Or perhaps even younger sometimes. Yeah. So,
no, they're not allowed to turn pro before. No, 16 is the youngest.
I thought there was someone who was 14.
No.
Okay. So there's lots of different reasons, isn't there?
Sometimes you just fall out, don't like each other, have big arguments, think this isn't working.
Yeah.
Just what's the point? I danced with a girl for a little while. Started off okay. Wasn't 6 months, not even that. And she was just horrible to me. She was horrible. So I just kicked it into touch, and I phoned her up and said, I'm sorry, I don't want to dance with you anymore. I was, how old was I? 21, 22? 22. 22. And I said, I'm sorry, this isn't working. And she refused to accept it. She just refused to accept the fact that I was splitting up. I said, no, I don't want to do it. No, you can't do that. No, it's ridiculous. Don't be so stupid. No one's going to, I can't remember what she said now, but it was nonsense. She got really bitter about it and really upset about it. And this is a girl that used to, because she lived in a different country, a local country, Ireland. If I picked her up and we were going to lessons and things, she'd sit in the back. She wouldn't sit in the front. She'd sit in the back. Bizarre. So, and then she wonders why. I thought, I've had enough of this. I'm not doing this anymore. I was really depressed. Really depressed. Wasted time. So I split it, and she wasn't happy. But good luck to her now. Yeah, I'm sure she's doing fine.
There's no one answer to that. There's all kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
It could be that, see, when you're an amateur as well, you still work. In our generation, we used to work.
I did. I had a proper full-time job.
So it could be that you change jobs or you move house and things like that. So there's all sorts of...
I had one partner stop dancing because she had no money. She had no money to split. Just literally had no money. Parents split up. And she just wasn't able to cope with it. And I think psychologically it was difficult for her as well to cope with all that. The other partner gave up because of the psychological pressures of dancing and having to always look a certain way and behave a certain way, so we had to stop because they didn't want to carry on. I had another partner split because she thought that someone else was better. Fine. Then I got a new partner and beat them immediately. I know. Another partner. Well, I had one partnership as a kid. I mean, I can talk about this forever because I had so many dance partners. But we were doing really well. Actually, this girl that I got with after the other one dumped me for someone else who thought she was better. Anyway, I thought we were doing really well. We didn't get on so well, but the results were good. And I went home after a comp, and my mum told me, "Yeah, that's it. We split." Why? Well, we've decided to split you up. She never danced again.
A lot of your partners.
No, a lot of them never dance again. Once they've danced with me, there's just nowhere else to go.
James is like the nail in the coffin with dance.
I'm a destroyer of dancers. Yeah, I think there's 3 that are still involved in dancing now. Let me think.
Including me.
Not including. You're my current partner. You're still involved.
Oh, your current.
Current partner. Yeah.
I'll do for now.
Who else? Who we got?
We don't even dance together.
I think there's 3 left. 3 left that are currently involved in dancing.
There you go.
Jackie Spencer, Amy Pedder, who had a massive layoff and came back, and Alla. That's it. All the rest out of like 20, not dancing anymore.
There you go.
I know.
You're positive.
Destroyer.
Influence.
Destroyer of dancing. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, actually. Yeah. So come on, what else you got to tell me? Anyone? Any more news about Stampton Common? I might have missed something you said before I clocked in this morning. No, nothing yet, Margaret. I've contacted the council because I want to make sure it's above board, because I can't say we're going to do it and then we all rock up and put a sound system up and then they say we can't do this.
So we've sent some inquiries but haven't heard back yet.
No, we haven't heard back yet. So
I suspect they might say, look, pay us a license or something.
Yeah, there might be like a 1-day public license we need, and then if that's the case, then it's not a problem. But they haven't replied. They've seen it. I've got a red receipt. Yeah, they haven't responded yet.
I suppose. They've got a lot on their plate at the moment.
They have. They have. Yeah. And the British Open Championships has been cancelled today. That's something you can tell them all about. Well, I'm just looking something up.
There's not much to tell you, really. The British Open Championships is usually in May. When coronavirus happened, they decided to reschedule it for August, I suppose in the hope that we might only be locked down for a couple of weeks or a month maybe. And it's gone on and on and on, and today they finally said no, it's not going to happen this year. So they are looking at next year now, which would be May, I presume. So all being well, May next year. And that competition is the sort of biggest one in the world. So what?
She said hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Cassia.
Yeah. We did a wedding dance, didn't we?
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Hello, Cassia. Nice to see you too. So we'll wait to see about the common thing. It might be that we'll just push it back, but we still definitely want to do it. I think we should definitely try and do that. And we've seen the news about gyms opening. Well, the Boris said that he reckons they'll be open within 2 weeks. So if that's the case, then I should think things like dance studios will be able to open as well. So
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see. But I'm not holding my breath because, I mean, as much as I think we should all just open up and we should just be sensible about things and carry on as normal, but be sensible, I think there's going to be people this weekend that might not be that sensible when pubs open, and that might cause people to it might mean that they delay things because people can't be responsible and look after themselves, can they? Sometimes they go a little bit silly.
Yeah.
So let's wait and see.
Well, it's like letting people out that have been literally locked up.
Well, yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean,
they're going to go a bit crazy.
They are going to go a bit crazy, and yeah.
We don't, because we're...
Well, we just get drunk at home.
We're hermits anyway.
We don't go out. We don't like going out. No, we don't like going out.
So,
yeah.
Well, we should see what happens.
Yeah.
When they said about outdoor exercise and stuff like that beginning of this month, I kind of had the thought, well, then maybe in about a month then they'll let indoor exercise, so gyms and leisure centres, be able to operate to some capacity, maybe limited, but some capacity. So I thought, well, then we've probably got a chance of doing something around then. So I expect maybe towards the end of this month or early next month we'll be able to.
But it obviously means it's still dependent on the horse that we use. So until we get our own place,
we are dictated by our venues. So.
We have found a venue or a building that would be perfect in Fareham. It's Fareham Way, but it would be absolutely perfect. But it's too expensive at the moment. But it's right by the train station, literally right by the train station. 4,500 square foot building, which is bigger than Fareham currently. So it would be absolutely awesome. Car parking opposite a train station.
We've not seen inside.
Motorway link very close. Road link very close.
Location, it's great.
Absolutely perfect, but they want too much money for it, so we'll have to wait and see.
If we can beat them down in price.
Well, we'll wait and see, but yeah.
But we don't know if anyone else is interested in it, do we?
Yeah.
So.
Pub customers are a bit different from dancers. You're not wrong. Yeah, because dancers don't tend to drink a lot, to be honest, except on dance holidays.
I distinctly remember when we went on, I think maybe our first dance holiday.
Yes.
You were drunk on stage.
Yes.
Hosting it.
Yeah, but that's every time.
No,
that's
it's not every time.
He
had a bottle of wine down, kept topping up his glass, and you started getting very silly on the mic.
I know.
Luckily, most of them enjoyed it.
Yeah. Do you want this again?
Yeah,
I don't want any of that. I'm not having it, but I don't mind a bit of that. But I don't want any of that.
Okay. Well, maybe just get, because Ella likes that, so maybe get two of that. Yes, she does.
Okay.
What's that from?
It's Andrew Sinkinson.
Oh, stop it! I'm going to quote him on this.
You don't like him?
I don't know.
Keep talking, Cal. Keep talking.
Don't put me under pressure.
When are you going to do your My Inspiration video? We're going to record it on Sunday. We're going to record it on Sunday. If we haven't recorded it on Sunday, you can hurl pelters at her all next week. Okay? She's supposed to be recording it this weekend, so we'll spend... It won't take long.
Okay.
All right? We'll do it on Sunday. Sunday. Yes.
I do have some ideas about it.
Well, that's good.
I don't know if you will like it or not. Because I'm a bit different to you.
That's okay. Well, how different?
Not dramatically different. Well, I don't want to talk about it here because it would give it all away, wouldn't it?
All right, okay, I'll let you off.
Because otherwise, then they'll know.
Okay.
Need to wait and see, don't they? It's not a surprise or anything, but it's just, We've got a little urchin under the
we have,
chair.
yeah. I mean, I don't know who it is.
There's no one under the chair.
I don't know if
Apparently there's no one under the chair, though.
There's no one under the chair.
Yeah. Oh, I kicked something.
Careful.
What was that I kicked?
It was a rat. A giant.
A giant rat. We got giant rats, Mummy. What are we going to do?
Do you know what we do with rats?
No.
Stamp on them.
Oh, no. Oh, God, don't do that. That would be nasty, wouldn't it?
Now, come here, Ella.
That would make more of a crunch than cockroaches. Ugh.
What did we find out?
There, I was in there.
Hello.
Ella, what did we find out about your schoolwork with Anna? The thing that you improved the most throughout.
Why is your jump?
Listen, stop
We're
talking.
talking. Don't just get this.
What did
Don't get
I say
distracted.
was most improved since you did online learning? So you did in home learning.
I don't know.
You got a certificate for it, didn't you? You've got to say a bit louder so they can hear you.
That can turn up anything.
Oh, can it? It's that sensitive, is it? But it didn't pick up what you just said, though, sweetheart.
Even when we say.
It's not picking up anything, Ella.
It's not
Is it
picking up.
actually on?
Yeah, they can hear us, Cal.
I can't see the thing.
No, it's because it's down here.
Ah.
There you go.
Anyway, Ella got a certificate for her handwriting because it's improved
She did.
very much.
She's a very good girl. Sometimes. Sometimes she's a good girl. Not all the time. Are you, Ella?
No.
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 So, Ella, do you want to do anything for everyone that's watching at home? Some sort of entertainment video or anything like that? No.
You wanted a YouTube channel, didn't you?
Yes,
Of your own.
but I wanted it to be. Yeah, actually. And anyway, when we sent it to videos and tablets and stuff,
Yes.
it would be on everyone's.
It would. Yes.
So
Not just these guys. No, you're right. But we could do a separate little video just for these people. We could do a funny video for them, couldn't we? You want
We
to
could do a
that?
dance that you make up or something.
You could. No.
if it's going to be a dance, I'm not doing it.
Alright, you don't have to. You could do a song.
Brilliant. Oh,
Make-
yeah, she's
make
a
them
wonderful
all
singer.
sing.
If it's going to be a song, I'm not doing it.
Okay.
She makes up lovely songs.
She does. She does.
Don't know
She's
where
wonderfully creative, but she won't show
commit.
it off.
She won't commit, no.
So, something different.
So how about
Singing or
you could? I tell you what you could do. You
Except
could.
singing or dancing.
That's fine. Yeah, you could do like a gallery, couldn't you?
Maybe
Of
you could
artwork.
do.
You could talk about artwork.
Maybe you could do an art session where you do a little painting or something and you talk through it. And
Yeah,
then
you could
tell
talk
them
through it
what
and tell them what to do. Yeah, and they could copy and do the same thing. And then you can all share what you've done at the end. How does that
Daddy's
sound?
not allowed to sing.
Ella, what have you been doing today anyway, apart from covering Daddy's eyes with your arm?
She's not been doing anything.
I know she's been a lazy bottom today. Haven't
I
you?
am a lazy bottom. I don't say that in front of people.
Sorry.
What, bottom?
It's still not allowed
Oh,
to
please
say.
don't. No, please don't do that.
It was still
Ella,
not
what's
allowed
What was
to
the
say.
word we said the other day and you thought it was very funny? Do you remember when we walked out on the... Well, it's on the box downstairs. Do you remember what the word is?
She does remember. She's being silly. Stop looking at that. I'll turn it off.
On the box downstairs, what's the word?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The big box downstairs.
What giant big...
There's one big box downstairs in the hallway.
Ah,
And
yes.
what does it say on it?
It's
And
right
we
by the front door.
laughed. What does it say?
Clean bum.
No, it says nice bum. And she
If
said they
you
shouldn't
saw
say
that
bum.
Video, it would be like this. Nice bum.
What's a nice word for bum then?
Buttocks.
Say that again.
Buttocks.
Say it into the microphone. Quietly, not too loud though, not to blow their ears off.
Buttocks.
Just to clarify, the reason why we have a box that says nice...
Shh.
Hang on.
The reason why we have a box that says nice bum is because I have a toilet roll subscription.
Yeah.
So every 3 months or whatever, we get sent toilet rolls.
We do.
And then it says nice bum or clean bum.
On the box it always says
Yeah.
nice bum, and the delivery driver leaves it there and he says, "Here's your toilet rolls." I'm like, "Thank you." I think he thinks it's funny.
No, Mummy, it says nice bum or clean bum.
Yes.
What else does it say on the box? This way up? Fragile?
No.
Doesn't actually.
No?
I think it says this way up, but I don't think
It
it says
just
fragile.
said nice.
Avoid sunlight? Keep below temperatures of
It
25
said avoid
degrees?
some light for your buttocks.
Well, you don't want to get burnt buttocks, do you?
Oh,
Can you imagine
yes,
having burnt buttocks?
Actually,
Ooh, then you wouldn't be able to sit down.
Would be nice, would it?
Would I actually not be able to?
Well, if your bottom was burnt,
You've never experienced sunburn badly, have you? So
inevitably one day you will, but yeah,
You
because
don't
we're
want
all
to,
a bit
though.
silly.
you don't want to do.
And
I
you
remember.
don't forget to put sun cream on from those little stingrays.
I remember
yeah,
once
look, Daddy's
I
arm's
got-
quite brown at the moment, isn't it, compared to yours?
This is what happens.
Sorry, go on then, Mummy.
Well,
Do
I
you talk?
remember once I got
Daddy,
very badly
Daddy.
sunburnt on my shoulders.
Mm.
I couldn't dance because I couldn't actually lift my arms up.
I've got a similar
Because
story.
as I did that, the blisters and all that started to burst, and
Oh,
the pain was
nasty.
unbearable. So I
Oh.
couldn't dance until
Oh, if that was now, I would do this.
gone away.
I've got a similar story. I went to Cervia in Italy. There's the Italian Open Championships. Did it in 1996 or something like that. Is it a second? 1996 or 1997? Anyway, dancing the comp, and no, 1998 it was. 1998. The day we arrived, so we went on a coach.
Ow, ow,
Ridiculous.
ow, 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 ow.
Sorry, Ella, sorry. We went on a coach all the way to Cervia, northern Italy. Nightmare. And then, so slept when we got there. Day after, nice hot day. We all go down the beach because we're not dancing to the day after that. And obviously, being a very clever late teenager, 20-year-old, 19, 20, I decided to just go around with my shorts on, my top off, no sunscreen or anything, no sun cream. And then the next day, when I had to put my tail suit on with braces over my shoulders, the pain. I was this colour. It was preposterous. Can you say preposterous, Ella?
Preposterous.
Close. Close. Can you say ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
That was one of the first... Ridiculous? That was one of the first words you ever said, actually.
It was. I remember distinctly because James was changing her nappy
Yeah.
on the floor, and he said to her, "You're ridiculous," and she looked at me and she went, "Ridiculous."
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it like...
You were tiny. You would look tiny.
We were tiny. We couldn't ever get her to say it
It was
again.
unbelievable. You didn't say it again for months.
Yeah.
But it was unbelievable.
Daddy,
You're about 7 months old.
Daddy,
Well, she was in nappies anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Not even that,
Daddy.
perhaps.
Daddy.
Ella.
Daddy.
No.
Ella.
Daddy.
She was like 3 weeks old, wasn't she?
Oh, come on.
Go on then.
Daddy,
Yes.
did I say it like this? Ridiculous.
No, because you said it correctly.
You said it very quickly.
Ridiculous.
You didn't say ridiculous. You said ridiculous.
You just said.
You said it right.
ridiculous.
You said it correctly.
Ridiculous.
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 Ridiculous. Daddy, like I was singing. So, Daddy.
Yes,
She
like
was-
you were
Remember
saying.
It was
Yes.
funny.
Go on then.
Remember when that time you got stung by
A jellyfish.
you just took the word out of my mouth.
Sorry. Go on.
You just said it.
Well, you say it again. You can
I
say
mean,
it
you
again.
don't
Yeah.
know when Daddy got stung by a jellyfish.
Okay.
Jellyfish.
Right,
Yeah,
yes.
of course I do. He told me.
Oh, I think
Right.
you meant.
Go on then. She wasn't there. Ella, stop it. Go on. Tell me the story then.
Stop
And you were swimming.
I was.
But then a little jellyfish was walking by and
While swimming.
stung you.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, I meant walking in the ocean. That's
Okay.
how it works.
Okay, and I thought it was a plastic
Ella.
bag. And it wasn't a plastic bag, of course, because they don't have plastic bags floating in the water in Antigua. And is there anything else to this story? Is that it?
Then you got stung by it. Then you walked home with like this. I'll show you.
Okay, go on then. Show me.
Ah! Like
I didn't walk home actually. I went to the bar at the beach bar, and they said rum was the best thing to pour on it. So they gave me some rum to pour on it. But that was after I'd done something else on it.
This on.
Should we end this up?
Yeah.
Poured it like this.
Yeah, I did.
They poured
There
it
you go.
like this. Whooshy la la la, whooshy la 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 la, whooshy la 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 la. Drink it,
Did the
And,
wee work?
drink it.
Yeah, because it's a different pH balance apparently. Welcome to the Ella Proughton Show.
And then you felt fabulous. And this is my nose.
Okay.
Daddy's noses. He don't. I said noses. You've got 5 noses. One there, one there, one there, one there, one there.
Okay.
And one here.
I think you're getting a bit too familiar.
Calm down.
But to be honest though,
Ella.
we've lost. No one's asking us any questions.
Right.
So
that's
it's not as though we've got anything to do. They're just literally sitting here watching
enough. We're
us.
gonna have dinner in a minute.
Dinner's gonna be here soon.
No, you're
No.
not having grapes. You can have some after. After. Stop ask. Don't ask silly like that. Ella. Enough.
It's great, this, isn't it? You get to see us tell Ella off, and everything's marvellous. You wait till I tell Kelly off.
It's already made me cry today.
I didn't make you cry. It's nothing to do with me. Didn't make her cry.
Oh, they'll believe me though. They'll believe me.
They will. Yeah. It's not on. It's not fair. Don't say that, because they will honestly they'll think that I'm some sort of nasty piece of work. And all I am is trying
He's
to.
not nasty.
I'm trying to be encouraging, but unfortunately, I'm not the there sort of person.
That's for sure.
Oh, they're there. Don't worry. You have a girl cry about it. Don't worry about it. No, sort something out. Do something about it. Do something about it so you don't feel like that anymore.
I was waving at
This is what happens all the time. You've seen this so many times. She
There was
often strikes me.
a bit of fluff floating in the
That's
air.
always the excuse. Oh, there was a fly on your face. Whack. Don't like flies.
I think there's a dead spider on the bathroom floor.
Oh, I didn't go in and check it, did I? Did it blow in through the window, do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's not there now, it's back. It's alive again.
Lucky you. Jew wants to know what Kelly's DIY project has been this week.
Not much actually, because I haven't got any paint.
You painting more stuff?
I'm going to paint Ella's room. aren't
Ah, that's right. Have you ordered it?
I? Not yet.
Okay.
Because we've got some samples coming for the hallway,
I see.
and we're going to test some other colours because we've had some other ideas.
Yeah, I want something. I want yellow.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not convinced yet.
I want
but
yellow.
anyway, we've got some samples. We're going to test them out, and then what I might do is, well, I also I don't know.
Jeez,
I could
it's
order,
undecisive.
I don't know.
Indecisive, doesn't
I know
it?
what we're having in Ella's room anyway, so that'll be the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Won't take me too long. To
No.
do the room.
Do you know, about 2 months ago, we were sat out the front in the hot.
I know.
In the heat.
It was warmer in the spring, wasn't it?
I know.
It was lovely. I thought, that's it. We're in for a
Lovely summer.
proper
And
summer.
and now it's like this.
There I am, sat with
We
a
had
jumper
2
on.
days of 30 odd degrees, and that's it. That's it.
Just can't wait.
Ah, Kathleen's just logged in with her wine. Well, cheers, Kathleen.
Cheers, Kathleen.
We're just about to log
We're
out.
just about to log out.
Yeah. Children will be children. Yes, that's quite
Yeah.
right. That's quite right, Kathleen.
And to be fair, I mean, she's been pretty good,
Oh
hasn't
yeah,
she, considering.
she's amazing, really. I mean, we're very lucky that she can entertain herself.
Mm.
But she's always been that way, of course, because when she was first born, we had the studio. She'd go to the studio with us every day, and we'd both teach, and she'd sit in a playpen or play around the studio and entertain herself. And people would come in, of course, and entertain her. So she was often used to adults anyway than kids. And she was very young.
Yeah, but I think it's starting to show that being in the house all the time and not getting out as much as normal, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Margaret's chipped in.
Yeah.
You can say that again. Totally unsympathetic. No excuses accepted.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't accept any.
No.
No.
I don't have any for myself.
No, I know you don't. No, he's hard on himself as well. If that makes you feel any better, he's quite tough on himself. So, yeah. you can be rest assured he's not forgiving on himself either.
No. And Kathleen says, yellow, lovely if the sun comes in.
Yeah. Well, I've got a few different shades coming, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
I like the idea of it. I think
Our
it was
house
nice.
is really funny because that way's south, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Is that right?
That's like it
I always get confused. Anyway, the front gets a lot of sunlight. Sorry, the garden doesn't.
I'm always
get,
wincing when your
the
hands
garden
close to
doesn't
my face.
get a lot of sunlight.
That's because of the tree, though.
Well, partly because of the tree. It goes that way, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. So the front rooms, basically, our house is a little bit dark, but sometimes it does get beautiful light as well, doesn't it?
Mm.
Mm.
We've got the Velux in the hallway.
We have a
there.
Velux, which
So
helps.
yeah.
Mm.
So that just opens up light onto the landing. If
Yeah.
it's all yellow, it would look fabulous.
At the moment, when we moved in here, everything's been magnolia.
Yeah.
And whilst that was fine, it's very tired now and there's lots of chips and scrapes and marks and all sorts of things. But it does look a little dead. It doesn't do anything, does it?
No, it's a little bit dull in places.
Drab. It is drab.
Not inspiring. So.
So slowly but surely we're trying to change that. And James wants quite a positive colour when
Yeah.
we walk into the house.
Yes.
So I've kept everything very neutral so far. This room's the most daring because it's sort of a blue-grey. And it's quite dark, but it actually is really
That's
nice,
right.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
It's got a few little marks that we need to
Yes.
touch up. Down here as well.
But
There's
it
some
works
sort
in
of
here. It's quite sort of...
there's some sort of stain on the wall over here. I have no idea what it is.
I wouldn't admit that on here, darling.
I don't know what it is. It's probably blood, I think, actually. From when, do you know that time you hit me really hard and made me bleed? You did a backhand with your ring and you conked me on the face, and I had to tell everyone for weeks it was a cold sore. I'm joking. That is not the case. That is not true. It's not true. She hit me with a hammer.
I imagine it looks like a drink.
Yeah, it's not mine though. It's not mine. It's not mine, baby. It's not mine. Yes, Kathy, we will keep you updated about the party in the park that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll happen. Hopefully it'll happen. And she says magnolia is neutral. Yes, this whole house is very neutral. Yes.
Yes, yeah. It's basically every single wall, but it doesn't really work because it doesn't do anything with the light and stuff.
No.
So.
We're confident that the people before, the people that we bought the house off of, so not the last owners, the ones before, did it everywhere, put a new carpet in, painted all the walls very neutral, and then sold it.
Yes.
And then the new people that came in did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it was
And then sold it to us.
really nice what they had done because they had some really nice furniture and stuff, didn't they? Some nice antiques and things. A lot of what they had though wasn't practical for us, so yeah. They had a beautiful French wardrobe. Absolutely beautiful, and the guy who showed us around said, oh well, if you want to you can stipulate that you want that left or that left with the house, with your offer. I said to James, as much as I love that wardrobe, it's just not going to store all that stuff. It was beautiful, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
but they didn't really have a lot of stuff.
No, they were just a couple on their own, weren't they?
Yeah.
So no children or
And
anything.
they didn't use the cupboards in the kitchen because they were full of cobwebs. They're empty and full of cobwebs.
Hence why
So
when we
clearly
moved in,
hadn't
we
used
had
them.
to get a new kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They just had a
obviously
pressure
been-
cooker. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's what they had.
the kitchen had obviously been damp at some point. They'd had water or something
not
through it because all the cupboards had warped and there was a really musty smell. So when we would get a glass out to have a drink out of, all you could smell is
Yeah, it was
that
really
musty
unpleasant. I had to
smell.
wash everything. Every time we got something out of the
Yeah.
cupboard, we had to wash it again.
So soon after, last year actually, we got the kitchen put in. Didn't we?
Alan, I'm trying to. I'm waiting for her to
Sorry.
finish to respond.
Go on.
So no, there's been quite a few messages come in. That's all, but just silly ones, really.
Yeah.
They're after the DIY project one. Alan Pearson said, "You say goodbye, I say hello. Name the artist." They're doing like a little thing in here.
Hello. Yeah, I know the song, but
Think
I can't
about
think who it is.
You say goodbye, and I say hello.
Yeah, but I don't know the artist.
Hello, hello. No?
I can't remember.
Beatles.
It is the Beatles.
Yeah, and Peter Maisie got it right. Funny that, Peter, because you don't get any of the other song questions right from the quizzes that we do. They're having like a little mini quiz
Are they?
in our messages, yeah, because Alan then said, give that man a coconut, because Peter got it right. And then he said, we can have our own quiz while those two rabbit. Well, I wasn't saying anything. I was waiting for Kelly to breathe so that I could actually respond to what's going on down here.
You're talking about DIY. I'd go off. I've been doing a lot.
And Alan thought it would be funny to say Bournemouth 1, 2 and 4. But, I mean, it doesn't really affect me in the slightest. Because, I mean, as much as I'd like to see Bournemouth stay up, perhaps it doesn't really bother me. Although I would like to stay above Newcastle, because Newcastle are one place above us now, I think. So
you only like Southampton, really, don't you? It's your team.
Yeah, well, of course.
That's all he cares about.
Diane House says, Patrick, apparently she's on first name terms with him, from Farrow and Ball, gave some interesting tips on how to pick the correct colour for your room, be light, etc. It's worth a listen.
I think I've seen some stuff from him, actually. Yeah.
Well, I don't care. I want yellow.
What I find interesting is that a lot of people think that in a dark room you've got to put a light colour, and actually that doesn't necessarily always work. So that's why in this room, because it's quite small, and it's not dark in here as such, but it's not the brightest room, is it? Because we do have the tree, so. But it doesn't feel small and cramped at all. It's always going to be a small room, isn't it? But
it is. Yes, it is.
It feels quite nice, actually. You're replying to Alan. What's academic?
Well, I'm just going to chat to him on there because I won't get a word in. I'm only joking.
I'll go then.
I'm only kidding. Well, I think that rat's back. Oh no, it's not. It's Ella. What's the matter? Why are you kicking my chair?
She's hungry.
You're hungry?
No, it's because you said this is really fun. You said that you're tying Ella off and I didn't like it.
I'm telling Ella off? What are you talking about, Willis?
No, I mean...
When she left earlier and I said enough, and you said this is great television, you're watching us telling Ella off.
Have you been sulking all that time since I said that?
No, I've been crying.
You've been crying? I didn't hear you crying. I've no sympathy for you though.
But I wasn't crying.
Sorry.
Loud.
You weren't sobbing uncontrollably like Mummy was earlier, like a wild woman.
I was crying, but I was angry crying.
You were angry crying at me? Don't get angry at me. It's only Ella. We were just being silly.
It was just a joke.
Just being silly, just jokes. Okay,
Yeah,
to entertain people at home.
Joke.
It wasn't a nice joke. I'm sorry. What is a nice joke? Tell me a nice joke. And then we're actually going to say goodbye to everyone because it's dinner time. You're going to say goodbye? Say goodbye, Ella.
Goodbye, my own self.
She doesn't.
Everybody.
She doesn't like him asking her to do that.
I think it's
I'm
okay.
trying to stop doing that.
Okay, I will.
For the last time, stop.
Okay, I will. Don't shout in my ear though, it hurts.
Keep an eye.
Hurry up, apparently. Pubs are nearly open.
See you later. I can keep it short and quick.
Bye.
I don't know what we got to hurry up though, because no one's forcing anyone to be here.
Alright.
Have you said goodbye? Bye.
Alright, okay, go on.
Ella, that's enough.
Go on.
Please.
Right, I think it's reached a natural conclusion,
Yes,
hasn't it?
it has.
Yes. Ella, that's enough. Well, it's been a pleasure hosting you once again on a Friday night. Miserable night, I'm afraid. So I hope you have a nice...
It's cozy.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be
Should
cosy
have
in
the fire
July.
on.
No, you're
Oh, I
not.
love
You're
the
not
fire.
putting the fire on. It's not that
I
cold.
haven't got anything to put it on with.
Here we have
What?
stuff. I'm sure there's some catalogues that have arrived that we can use to buy. Or we could use a cushion. There's enough of those. See, you saw that.
I'm hitting you now.
Yeah. So we'll keep you up.
Say camp jump.
That says, what are the letters, are they?
Not again.
Camp.
CBMP, Ella.
That's enough.
That's enough, because I'm worried. That's enough.
That's enough now.
Yeah. Stop it.
Ella.
So, I'm talking now. So I guess we'll keep you updated with the dancing in the park if it's to happen down here. That would be tremendous if it does. So we're still in as I say, we're liaising with the council about it. So we'll wait to hear. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for spending your time with us
Yeah.
of a Friday night. It's a bit of
Thank
fun.
you for not telling us to shut up too
Yeah,
much.
well, you know, it's Ella. Please, just for a second, now I'll do the sign off, please. All right, then you can go mental like you normally are. Stop making any noise. No noise. Thank you. I'll wave this pencil at you even more.
Those two get on like a house.
We
on
do
fire,
get on
don't you?
tremendously. Yeah, so Kelly will see you tomorrow morning for the
I will
lockdown
see you in the
workouts.
morning.
And then Matteo and Jessica will see you Sunday afternoon, early evening. And good stuff. And then back to normal again on Monday morning-ish, perhaps. Things might change slightly, but rest assured, the current schedule will still be in place from Monday, but things might be slightly different. That's about it, really, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm going to leave it there. We're going to go have some dinner. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a lovely night. Have a nice drink on us. If you go to the pub, don't get drunk. Don't get rowdy. And if you go into a restaurant, make sure you eat well. That's it.
If you can't be good.
If you can't be good, just don't make sure no one videos it. That's about it now. So I'm going to go now. So stay safe, stay healthy, and please stay dizzy feet. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.